Hello, Dale. Welcome back. Yeah, don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight, but might not stay on too long. We'll see how this goes. I'm trying to get the watch time up, but yeah, it's been going up a little bit slow, but yeah, just got to try and keep persisting. Enjoying your self-improvement journey. Yeah, that's it, It's all about inspiring others to do the same. Well, when I first started on here, I was already somewhat into it. It's just that, like, yeah, just trying to keep on pushing forward. The thing is, I was actually like, I think last year, whenever, and the year before maybe, and I was like to a point where I was like, maybe I'm not even that bothered about building more muscle. But then things I got to a point where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna just try and see how far I can take it. I started with the creatine, and then like I was like, hello Shazil, hope you're well. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and really take this shit seriously, and because I'm like still not feeling like such high self-esteem, and hello Naya 30, that something's missing. I'm like just not really feeling 100%, and that I'm not in the best shape. Hello DJ, where I was still feeling quite skinny, and deep down, where I was just not. Yeah, how's it going, Miss Deepika Gaming? I'm in yeah, from the UK. Yeah. What about you? Welcome in, everybody. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Like the live. Come on, 21 people, 0 likes. Yeah, what we're saying. It's good to see someone who believes in the self and doesn't give up trying to be the best they can be, not for any attention or silly approval from women, but for themselves. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's all about yourself. So I need to feel like I'm, worthy and all that, because like I said, as a byproduct, you do become more attractive, but that's not the main goal with it. People keep saying I donate money to you, but that's some bullshit, isn't it? The UK has become a police state. What is going on? I know, it's just crazy, isn't it? Yeah. But it is the way it is. But yeah, like they don't seem to care about certain crimes that, are happening, that it's like kind of like there's this two-tier policing going on in the UK, where certain people will do crimes and they get away with it. And then there's people who do the same thing and they don't get away with it. Who's fake? I was like, oh, why? Oh yeah. Like I said, the only reason I've let some of these people stay is just because they add to the watch time hours. So I'm trying to get monetized soon. Let's see what the watch time's at now. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. That would be really appreciated. Hello, is it Russell? Yeah. Oh yeah, here's my Russell Crowe impression. I'm Russell Crowe, Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the Army of the North. At least you know they're not real, fair enough. Yeah, that's it. A lot of these are just trolls, and they're just trying to get a reaction, just say the most kind of outrageous things. All right, we're on, let's see how many hours we're on. Watch time. Let's see where we're at. 2,786. So we're not far away now, guys. So yeah. Welcome to my live. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. So yeah, we're not far off 3,000 watch hours, so that's good to see. It was only the other week that was on 2,000 or so. So yeah, so that's gone up for a bit. So yeah, so that's good. But yeah, hope everyone's had a good day today. Share this out if you can. Yeah, so I'm probably gaining about maybe 50 watch hours a day, something like that, perhaps, on a good day. So at this rate, I can probably get to about the full monetization, hopefully within the next about 3 weeks or so. maybe something like that. Hopefully before Christmas I'll get monetized fully. Hello, who hits Kanoi? Welcome to my live. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. I know there's probably another troll account, but anyway, oh well. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Share this out if you can. Subscribe if you're new. So what shall we talk about next? Your fitness journey's inspired me. Well, that's good then. At least I've inspired somebody, and that really makes me feel better, that knowing that I've actually inspired someone to get healthier and fitter and all that. Made me push myself. Yeah, that's it. And I'm not expecting everybody to get pushed. What's Dajistan? It sounds like a fake place. I'm not a troll fan, or really. I don't know. There's a lot of trolls that come to my life, so it's hard to really tell. Just sometimes some of the names seem a bit like trolls, and I don't know. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Share this out if you can. That'll be really appreciated. Keep the chat flowing. Yeah. But I don't know where everyone is tonight, and yeah. I thought Abby might have joined tonight. I guess she's just busy with something else. But yeah. Not seen much of Richard lately. I guess he's been quite busy lately with his work. I don't know who hits Kanoi. Yeah, that's it. It's inspiring to it's like when you see someone pushing themselves, you're more likely to like push yourself than whatever you see a lot of, then you want to start to emulate that, don't you? Okay, can we speak English in here, please? Yeah, come on, guys. Hello, Essential from Brazil, welcome in here. Hope you're doing well tonight. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And why have they just retracted their message? What's that about? I keep seeing people retracting a message. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, let's see because I put a post out earlier on my page. Welcome back, whoever this is. Bear with me a second. I don't play games really now. I'm not really into video games. So community post. Yeah, I put a new post out on there if you want to go on that. Yeah, so that's got 4 votes on it now. So yeah. So I enjoy like putting these polls out and stuff. It's got like interaction. What's your thoughts on the former bodybuilder Ronnie Coleman? Apparently, he's in a wheelchair now, huge physique in his prime, and very strong with bad form, very realistic. Yeah, I'd say just like it's sad to see that he's become disabled now. That yeah, both like just so little Brazil, no separate English for life. Okay. Yeah, it's just sad really that what's happened, that he could have just stopped at like, less titles and would have been able to live the rest of his life, like without being crippled. But it's just, to me, it's just gluttony. At a certain point, it's like, you win one Mr. Olympia title. What's the point in winning several Mr. Olympia titles? I don't understand it. Once you've won one, it's like, okay, you've won one Mr. Olympia title. Do you really need to keep going with it? I just don't get it. Like, what purpose does that serve? Is it your own ego or something, or it now only okay for the ego? Yeah, this is the thing: is the ego can be what your downfall. It can destroy you if you don't keep it in check. But yeah, there's this guy called Wise Watson. Has anyone else seen this guy? It's just so cringe. Like, he comes across like this alpha male and all that, and he's got one of the most fragile egos I've ever seen. Like, it's absolutely pathetic. Like, he's just constantly trying to flex about all the shit that he's got, and flexing about the fact that he's been in prison and that his life was tough and all that, and he's just trying to put out this facade when I think he's deeply insecure about himself, because he has to constantly try to like prove himself, and now he's paid the price. Some would say it's worth it. Well, I personally don't understand that. I mean, yeah, could he not have found some other way to find fulfillment without doing that, you know? It's to bring others with him, what you mean? And about the Wes Watson thing. One don't want only themselves to fall. Yeah, well, there's that, isn't there, when people are trying to bring others down because they themselves are not happy. It's like you saw that thing with Wes Watson where he like basically his take on the whole Jeff Nippard situation, and he was like saying, "Oh, you know, but like, oh, he should have like gone harder at him or something," and he was trying to make out that Jeff was provoking him. It's like, no, it wasn't provoked. He had some disagreement with Mike. Oh, that was yeah. That one I was thinking that the Mike Van Wyck thing with the fucking there was another fucking fake alpha male guy, like trying to prove he's so strong by picking on someone half his size. I mean, it's just so pathetic. It's such a beta, like small dick energy move that isn't it? Yeah, Wes Watson's the bald guy. Yeah, he went on Fresh and Fit and just absolutely got humiliated by the guy on there. Yeah, because he basically was, yeah, Wes Watson was trying to kind of insult the guy and all that, and then the guy fired back and said, so you know about him getting like raped in prison or something like that, just absolutely just got destroyed, and it's like, but it's like he's just so, I don't know whether it's just delusion or what. Is it just his ego or what, or is he actually deep down doesn't actually believe what he's saying, and he's just putting on this facade of this tough guy who, yeah, but he goes on about being a family guy, about, being someone there for the family. It's like, nah, who the fuck would want to, say that that's their dad, No one would want to call Wes Watson their dad. What an absolute disgrace of a human being. Like, I saw this video where he was going crazy at someone just for doing the job, that they were outside his house cutting grass, and then he was being a male Karen at them, telling them to fuck off because they were making noise because he was trying to make some post or something. It's like, just such like narcissistic kind of, yeah. Both insecure, I guess. One can say Tate could actually fight though. Yeah, to a degree, yeah. What would you think if Andrew Tate fought like Logan Paul or Jake Paul? Who would you think would win in that fight? Yeah. Which one would win, do you think? I suppose at least Andrew Tate seems to have some kind of like credibility, you could say, but I don't know. I suppose like you could say like the Paul brothers are, at least somewhat decent with like fighting. Do you think it would be rigged? Yeah, because with that Jake Paul where he beat Mike Tyson, but I think he actually didn't go as. The thing is that none of them went as hard as they could have, because the thing is if Jake Paul went as hard as he possibly could, there's a chance that Mike Tyson could have like had his lights knocked out and possibly ended his life. So none of them went as hard as they could have, because it could have gotten real fucking messy. So it's just all a fucking show. I mean, I didn't even watch the fight really. It was just but from what I've heard is that they were kind of just like doing cat fights. Basically, it was just it's a joke. Like when that becomes like the biggest fight on TV, when they're doing this, that's like yeah. Mike would have done his ass dirty though if they went full force. Yeah, but for whatever reason they didn't do that because they probably just didn't want to like let Jake Paul knock him to the floor, even though if that might not have happened. But if they'd have gone full throttle, that would have really made Jake. If Jake Paul had have actually beaten him, and if he'd have sustained some kind of injury, then that would have made him look really bad. That would be really terrible for like PR, and yeah. So like yeah, they would just tell him just go at half of your force basically that you could potentially go at. Yeah, so it's all just a show really. A lot of these things are obviously wrestling and stuff like that. It's all show. But yeah, you can't really trust any of this stuff that you see on TV. It's like I was saw all this stuff on like MTV Cribs and Pimp My Ride. All these shows are completely fake. Like it just kind of ruins it because like with like I used to like watching Pimp My Ride, but now I see a lot of it was all fake. It was just all for show. Oftentimes the cars apparently it took them months to get their car fixed with all these things in it. And it would often take up to like 6 months I've heard. So they'd be without a car. They would have to get a replacement car where they would get some money to be able to like hire one for a while. But then sometimes they would then have to take some money out of their own pocket to hire one for the rest of the time because it didn't cover the whole time that they needed to do the car up. Because on the TV they would make it out like it was just like a week job or something like that, that they could just get it done really quickly and takes them in to fix up cars, yeah, but it's like people watching that might not know, and the people that are taking part in it might not know that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes time, but like they perhaps didn't go as quickly as they could have. I mean, if they'd have been on it like all day every day, then they probably could have. It's misleading for real. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's just but a lot of these accessories they were doing on the cars and stuff didn't even work. A lot of them, and even if they did work, could have caused like health and safety concerns. Like, so when you actually look into it, a lot of them, there was like these whistleblowers on the show saying that that don't believe what you see on the show. Even Exhibit himself was saying that a lot of it was fake. A lot of the reactions were fake. They had to like retake it, so there were like genuine reactions because they're like, oh, it wasn't like a hype enough reaction. We've got to take it again, and it just sounds like very forced. And but yeah, it's that's the thing of this so-called like reality TV and all that, and just a lot of it isn't real. Had to pay people to judge the cause. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just absolutely insane, isn't it? When this like the they it's like like I said in MTV Cribs, oftentimes they would rent out a house temporarily to show on there. So not only do they not own the house, but they don't even rent it for long term. It's just there as like for show. So it's just all so fake, a lot of it. Apparently there was one episode where a guy wanted to be real, who's shown his real situation where he lived in this dive because he refused to have him put him in a house that's not his or something. Like they were like, it's just so fake. I mean, yeah. and it's like even with things like these talent competition, like Britain's Got Talent, and they'll say they have a certain prize for the winner. Turns out it's not an actual straight up prize; that it's like a contract that they get. What do you think about sports? I mean, I think a lot of that's probably rigged as well. Like you just can't trust any of it, really. It's not how deep does the rabbit hole go? The rabbit hole seems to go quite deep with a lot of this stuff, where it's like things are rigged. Elections, probably a lot of them are rigged as well. Like in a lot of countries that, even if they're not rigged, but there's corporate powers that can overthrow what they want to do. And oh yeah, I've heard about the whole children in need and how a lot of that was just a bit of a scam, really, and didn't really actually benefit those in need. So, like most charities, are another thing, most charities are a scam, really. So when you look into like, they only need to give away a small percentage of the of what they get. Hello, Fiery, good to see you again. Not too bad, thank you. Hope all is well. It's like they'd only have to give away a small percentage of it to charity. So you could just call yourself a charity, and it's just basically a business. It's just a glorified business. It's all just a way to try and virtue signal about how you're doing such good. It's like when they talk about like planting trees and all that. It's like, oh, for every tree we cut down, we'll plant 3 more. But what are these trees though? They're just planting these trees that are probably going to get cut down after 2 years, because they're probably just going to like keep reusing them, and they're not actually keeping the trees up, because these trees that they try and like, cut down to keep, they keep cutting them down for wood or whatever. And the thing is that like they're not going to be as good for the environment as, kind of long standing trees, like those that have matured over decades, that have grown taller, and because there's no way a tree's going to grow to like be really, really tall within a year or two. So yeah, so when you hear all these things about we'll plant 3 trees for every tree we cut down, you can take it's kind of like a bunch of BS. Because yeah, they might plant trees, but what kind of trees are they planting? How tall are they going to grow to before they cut them down again? You got to ask these kind of questions, because these things can be misleading and make it seem like they're doing something good for the environment, make it seem like they're being carbon neutral or whatever, carbon negative, but oftentimes it's far from that. I remember that program, Extreme Makeover, where they would renovate houses. Yeah, I remember like there was stuff like that where they would do things like that. Yeah, there's probably a lot of BS as well. What is that about BLM? Oh yeah, BLM's just planting new trees to die out with every superstorm that's happening recently. Oh yeah, because a lot of these new trees are not going to be very sturdy, are they? Because it's the older trees are going to be a lot more sturdy, aren't they? Like these little trees that are like, keep getting planted, then yeah, they're not exactly going to be very robust. They have to be like allowed to mature, allowed to let their root systems get more kind of established, and the little ones going, because they're not as sturdy, are they? They're not as strong. Yeah, I remember like a tree outside my garden. Well, it was near my garden. It was like almost 100 feet tall. It was a really tall one. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a poplar tree, they're quite tall trees. Yeah, I'd take it they're probably quite hard to like but then again, maybe the tall ones are easier to come down, perhaps. But the thing is, if they get like quite a strong like root system on them and all that, and that's what's kind of like holding them up and all that, isn't it? What's this? Those big trees get burnt. That's how they deforest those, right? I think a lot of it's about like I've heard about like forest management issues and that they're not clearing away dead wood, and that's causing a lot of these fires. You destroy the soil with the fire, yeah. So what do you think they should do to like stop the fires from happening? Like, are people going about climate change and all that, but how much of it is actually caused by sort of things like CO2 emissions and all that? In coal, a firefighter was caught lighting fires in the woods. So why would they do that? You can't stop random things, yeah. But like, what would we do to kind of mitigate, shall I say, like to when it comes to things like forest fires, you're saying there's no way of stopping that. I've heard about like there needs to be a certain amount of forest fires to like that can actually be good for the environment to a degree, but yeah. But yeah, it's just a lot of the like there's a lot of these like greenwashing things where it's like with all electric cars, are they really that good? A lot of times they're not really that good for the environment, I don't think. I think they could probably be better for like air quality, you could say, like, but there is other problems to them. Like for example, there is a risk of spontaneous combustion, and it seems like you have one problem with one thing, and then something else comes out, and you trade that problem for something else. So I've heard a lot of times with these lithium-ion batteries or whatever they are that they can just randomly burst into flames. There's a way to stop it, but I mean, if it's too big of a fire, human can't handle, then nothing we can do. Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, as long as you're not like living near it, then you should be safe. But yeah, it's just let nature do what it does. It's just yeah. As long as you're not living in one of these woods where you could end up getting like yeah, burnt or something. I don't know. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well tonight. Probably won't be on too much longer. Not sure. Um, yeah, probably get off in a minute. It's kind of yeah. It's not really. There's not much going on tonight, so I'll let you all enjoy the rest of your night. I'll be back in the morning, guys. All right, take care. I'll see you soon. Peace out. Bye.